You know, they say that diamonds are a girl's best friend, and who am I to argue? We're not going to be using diamonds today, but I'm going to show you how to use our wonderful rhinestone applique pieces here at John Bead to make the most beautiful jewelry to be seen from stage or the back of a stadium. Stick around, we'll show you how to do it with John Bead. The products we're going to be using to make today's jewelry are our beautiful rhinestone applique piece. This is actually designed to be sewn onto clothing. I've got other plans for it today. E6000, I live my life with E6000. A pair of metal cutters, some earring backs, and some ring backs. These are the most common earring backs that most people will want to use for this jewelry, but it depends on how your ears are. If you have pierced ears, use a pierced earring back. If you like to use magnets, like me, grab a magnet. But most people will be most comfortable with these. So this is our component piece. And what you'll find when you turn these guys around is that they're actually a combination of pieces that have been soldered together on the back and all connected with a chain going down the center. So really, you can cut this chain any way you'd like to make any shape you would like or any series of shapes you would like. I would very much like to have a big, beautiful bracelet, big, beautiful earrings, and a ring to match. And we're going to start that today by cutting just in here. When you cut in here, you'll get two beautiful pieces and then your centerpiece, just like this. Now all of a sudden, your rhinestone applique are two big, beautiful rhinestone earrings. Now, if these are too big for you, you can always trim them. You can trim here, here, or here. You can have big, beautiful buttons, you can have a more demure rhinestone earring, or you could have the full chandelier. I naturally want the full chandelier. Once you've decided what shape you want for these, you can then figure out how you want to attach them. There are many different ways you can attach these earrings. You can choose to glue a backing onto the back of the earring, or thanks to these little loops that we have on the bottom, you can actually put them through a pierced earring you already have to make them for a pierced earring. Now, personally, I don't have my ears pierced, so that doesn't work for me. So my choices are either going to be one of our amazing matching earring backs. If your piece is in gold, do us all a favor. Don't use the silver. No, just make it match, make it look cohesive. For me personally, because I change my earrings so often, I don't find that these work as well for me. I like to use magnets on my earrings. I keep one magnet behind my earlobe and one that's been glued to the earring. I can quickly do an earring change and I don't have to worry about making sure everything is sitting correctly. I know if the magnet behind my ear doesn't move, nothing else will move. You want to make sure when you're on your earring and you're attaching however you want this earring to stick to your head, that you don't do it right up at the very tip. You're not going to give yourself enough room for the earring to move. You want to do it a little further down than you think you're going to need. The earring will also sit higher on your ear that way and look less like it's holding on for dear life. Because I like to use magnets to attach my earrings, I change my jewelry a lot, so the magnets make it very quick and very secure. I just use a dab of E6000 to attach the magnet. But you can use the same E6000 if you wanted to use an earring back, a post back, or a clip back. The clip backs tend to be best for people who aren't changing their earrings as often because you can help secure it a lot easier using two-way tape as well. Now you might be wondering, what happened to that centerpiece? We're not going to waste it. We're going to make it into a ring. Once you've separated the centerpiece, turn it around. If you have any extra chain on the sides, just remove it with your pliers. Once you've selected a ring back, like this one from John Bead, give it a stretch and make sure that it fits your finger. After you've done that, you might find it pinches a little bit on the inside. You can just put a little bit of E6000 right on the very edges and it'll soften that so it doesn't pinch. Put a dot of E6000 on the actual ring back and then apply it to your rhinestones. It'll take a minute or two to get tacky, and it'll take up to a half an hour to fully dry, but once it's fully dry, you'll have a beautiful matched set of earrings and ring. It's not really fair if you've got a beautiful set of jewelry for your ears and one hand, and then nothing for the other hand. We're gonna take the same component piece and make a bracelet out of it. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is see if it fits you. This was a little long for me, so I actually trimmed right here this last large stone off to make sure that my bracelet would fit my wrist. You can do the same. And again, because we have multiple points where you can trim, you can make this fit any size wrist. So because this was slightly too long for me, we're gonna trim these 2 large stones off. Now that we have these 2 stones trimmed off, don't throw them away, they're still perfectly good. You can put an earring back on these and have beautiful fuchsia rhinestone button earrings, or you can use them any other place in projects, but they're still perfectly good rhinestones. We don't waste rhinestones. Now that we've got our bracelet trimmed, we have to figure out how do we want this to close. There are a couple of different options you can use. Here at John Bead, we have beautiful lobster claw clasps, and you can add a ring to this other side, but I change my jewelry pretty quickly, and I close them in a very unorthodox way. It might work for you as well. I actually use elastic to close them. What I do for this to work is I take a small piece of elastic and I cover this part of the bracelet in E6000. Drop your elastic on there and let it set. After it's set, turn your bracelet over and there will be a small tab of elastic on this side with no glue on it. Glue that up as well as you can. Don't be afraid of the glue. The more glue, the better. This has a permanent place in my life. Once you've got that bit of elastic glued, flip it over and let it fully set. It will then look like this. This works best for me because that elastic allows it to stretch. I can get it on and off over my hand very easily and very quickly. And see, from 2 appliques, I've got earrings, ring, bracelet, glamour at a very affordable way. And it's a handicraft. It's something you did yourself that you can feel proud about. With a little help from John Bead.